Well, hello guys, hello and welcome. Oh my god, how tryhardy. Oh wait, it's 13:38 here. Okay, I was looking at oh shit, I have my email program open. Oh, that's bad. Forgot to close my email program. Sorry guys. Um, would have been a big kerfuffle. Anyway, how's it going, guys? Look, it was almost 13:37. Hey, what is going on with the tryhard lead stuff? Sorry, I just read something in the chat. All right. Ground Zero Hero is a game, and it's gonna melt my CPU because apparently my CPU is doing weird shit all the time. Yesterday I saw after everything was working like shit that apparently my PC was busy doing some scanning again. Stupid ass scanning. It's always great when you see it afterwards. Like, of course, Testy, and Testy can testicles. Hello, hello. Okay, audio comes through. Guys, I need to buy a new mouse too. Oh, by the way, good news, everyone. The first thing that went right for me in a while. My fucking keyboard that I washed it like extremely, right? Like I actually put detergent in and shit. Hey guys, fuck's sake. That sounds very high. That's my mouse. Okay, let's mute it for a second. Alright. So I got pizza. I got my ice in a thing here again. I got some bread and I got a soup. So I got some soup left over from the other thing. Okay, and I got a banana. I look like shit. I actually lost some. Either I lost water, I lost some weight. I think I lost water. No. However, I've been doing that thing again. Like, this is the only thing that I got today. It was sweet. I might be in the mood again, like a bunch of years ago, where I stopped eating sugar altogether and I lost like 15 kilos. I think I'm gonna do it again. I had the choice to get some cake earlier and shit, and I was like, nah. So we'll see how long it lasts, but I do it sometimes. Anyway, guys. Oh, I gotta show you something really stupid. I saw earlier on my phone. So I made this offhand comment a while ago. Okay. Recader law. What the fuck is this? Yeah, this is a huge problem. What the hell? Spider Woman, what you doing? Okay, wait a sec. I don't even see it. What? It's not even there. I got a notification on my phone. The fuck are these suggestions here? Wait, I'm gonna dig through. Maybe I find that comment thing. I don't really see it right now. Why doesn't it show it? There we go. Okay. So I made an offhand comment a while ago about how this is perfectly Australian, right? And someone answered earlier. It was something really stupid. So I was like, where did that myth originate that that cunt is an Australian thing? It's foremost British. And I was just like, oh my god. It's like when you say, "Oh, I like dogs." What, you hate cats? I can't even find it now. I found it really stupid. How many comments? Holy shit. Still not at the end of it. British before it was Australian. There's another one. Where has this myth arisen that only Australians say cunt? It's clearly a British thing first. Sorry, I find it extremely funny. Anyway, most people aren't like stupid. Okay, sorry. I just think if you complain about someone saying that the abbreviation cunt is very Australian, especially because most Australians that I've ever noticed on the internet always say cunt, always, all the time. Okay, so it's like their vernacular basically. And if you get mad that I say Australian and not British, by the way, British is more like nowadays. Just saying, not want to be offensive here. Same as Germany, man. We are just gonna be. That's racist. No, it's not. It's just literally what's happening. We import people that don't speak our language, that fucking hate us, that wanna bring in Sharia law. There might be people that integrate, but most of them don't. They don't care to because we don't give them incentives or we don't force them to, which is also racist, right? Oh, it's so racist if you force people to integrate. That's so bad. Oh, you racist. You racist. How dare you? How dare you think your social system can stem all these people that never paid into anything and come in and take everything for granted and for free? We give people a better life in Germany than they would have ever had in their own country, and then they fuck our system up so much that they often have multiple identities, get money from different places, just go around in Germany freely. Nobody controls anything that they do. We don't know, are they ISIS people? Are they normal immigrants? And then it's always, they fled their countries. Oh, they're here since 6 years and they don't have any title that actually gives them the right to stay. But hey, let's just keep them in because we're too soft to go like, hey, you have to go back. You know what I wanna have? I want everyone who is responsible for this policy, and every single one of these bureaucrats that let this paperwork lie and that never check the background of people because we just let people in with, that throw their passports away. I want every single one of them. I want every single one of them to have to take people into their home without being asked. If you complain, we call them racist. Okay. Just apply the rules that you apply to the country, to your own fucking place, and see how you like it. To your own home. Let's do that. That would be very funny. I would really like to see that result, especially all these politicians. Every single politician here makes like 10,000 euro a month or something, which is crazy. They could house a few people in their houses. They could pay for a few people. Why don't they do that? What is stopping them? Why do they always go like, you guys have to do that. You guys have to do that. It's not our problem. No. We have they have to get into tiny villages where there's 5 people. We have to put 500 migrants because we don't want them in our rich people places. Anyway, I wish that was a thing. I wish we could just force the same blockheads who go like, oh, you have to accept this. This is Germany now. This is our country. Oh, you're just a racist. Open your fucking door and let people in every day. Do it right now. Do it. Not a single one of these assholes does it. Okay? They're standing there going like, "Oh, guys, we have to stem this. Our country can totally take millions of immigrants that we never get out again. We can totally take that. Our social systems can totally do that. Oh, by the way, we want more money. These pieces of shit always want more money, more diets. They call it diet. I thought a diet was when you cut back on stuff. But their diet always goes up, guys. Somehow. Anyway, fuck politicians. If I had power, I would do that. I would force them to live by the rules. Wanna bet 90% of them would immediately be like, ah shit, we have to close the borders now. We have to control people. We have to actually figure out where they are from, what their deal is, who they are. We just can't have them just come in without any controls, right? Suddenly they would be like, oh no, you can't be in my house. Fuckers. I actually looked it up a while ago because I was it was like an interesting. I was thinking because we import all these young migrants, especially these 30-year-olds that tell everyone, yeah, I'm 13, and then they get into the schools and shit. I was looking it up, and literally, the German young people are already outnumbered by the migrants. If you don't think that's concerning, that a country of 80 million suddenly has more young migrants than any kind of other ethnicity. It's totally not meant to be our doom, right? No. And they say, oh, it's a conspiracy theory that they want to replace everyone. Same time, we don't get kids, or nobody wants to get kids because we can't pay for it. And everyone else just comes in and goes like, oh yeah, free stuff, and then they get 5 kids, and then they're like, oh yeah, I have 50 cousins. They're all called Mahmoud and Ahmed and Mehmet and Ali. They really think as soon as you touch ground you're German or something. And the Greens especially. That's all. They're all ridiculous. You need to integrate a little bit, and nobody says they have to, and so our culture is gonna get overridden. 100%. They think, oh, it's just gonna work out. Like I said, if they think it's so easy, just get people in, man. Just get people in. Let people into your house. Let like people that you don't know. You don't ask them, hey, are you? What are you doing? Where are you from? Just let random people walk into your house. Doesn't matter if they were in prison. Doesn't matter if they did terrorist attacks. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters. They lost their passport in a boating accident off the coast of Italy. Why are they in Germany now? Aren't there like five other people in between where they could have gone? Oh no. They have to be here, guys. They have to be here. No. You don't understand. Apparently, as a migrant, you can just choose what country you want to be in. It's just a pick and choose, guys. It's not like you're fleeing from something. It's just like you want to go to the country where it's cool for you. Let's go to UK and to Germany and to Switzerland, to Austria. Why don't you go to Egypt or something? Nah, that's not good. Most funny thing is For example, the Palestinians, right? No, not a single country in the Middle East lets them in. You know why? Because every single time when they got into a country, first thing that they try is to do a revolution. Try to overturn the government. Strange, huh? Why would Middle Eastern countries go like, these guys are too extreme for us? And we're like, yes, everyone come in. Free Palestine or whatever. Like, fuck off. Anyway. Hey, I want that fireball. There we go. What am I even playing here? Alright. It's nighttime. We're gonna die. We go to a bunker. Bunker. Yeah, our country's gonna go under 100%. I already saw that when Merkel was like in 2015. Everyone come in. I was immediately like, this is gonna be the end. And I really, to this day, I want to know, were these people or organically at train stations and being like, oh, welcome, dear migrants? Or were they fucking paid? They literally stood at train stations and waited for the poor migrants. And then, what did they see? Oh, it was all military-aged men instead of actual migrant children. They fucking went there with plushies and shit, and they gave it to Mahmoud, who was 38, and his friend. It's I still see this to this day, dude. I hope someone archived that shit. They literally had that on TV. People standing at the fucking train stations with like, oh, hello migrants, we love you. All women. This is why I have the theory they just want. Women in general probably just want men to duke it out between each other, right? They want the strongest or whatever. So they will actively vote for shit that tries to replace their own dudes. Because every man is bad, right? So you have to be like, oh, how about we get some new blood in, and then they can fight, and then we can see who's cooler. There's not compassion. That is literally like some biological nightmare fuel that's probably baked into people. They're like, oh, how about survival of the fittest? I don't know if my dude is that cool. Let's get a bunch of others in and see if he prevails or if he gets fucked. Is that a too out there theory? I just think it makes a lot of sense, because otherwise you can't explain it. Why would you? Okay, let's just think for a moment. Women in general, were like on the side of their man or whatever, right? Let's say that would be a thing, right? Okay, so you go like, oh, I have compassion. I want to get in people that are fleeing and whatever the fuck. But you know, deep down, you're replacing your guys with new guys, and then you can look. Oh, do I like these guys better than my old guy? I think the theory has something for it, because it would make a lot of sense. Why is Homer Simpson in this game, by the way? Also, yesterday I was comparing this to ToeJam and Earl meets ToeJam and Earl meets what did I say? I forgot. Vampire Survivors, right? And apparently the devs, or someone in the chat said that the devs compared this to Rick and Morty in Vampire Survivors. I said I actually wrote Vampire Killers. I was like, oh great. Do people not even know ToeJam and Earl? Like I didn't replay it because I didn't have a Genesis, but or Mega Drive, but I have it on. I have the remake on Steam, and I also have um, the old game for the Mega Drive, for the Genesis collection. You know. Apparently nowadays everything that looks like Rugrats is Rick and Morty or whatever. It's so funny to when like you know people just will reference the next best thing that they saw. You know, I bet there was also a thing back in the 60s or whatever, 80s, where every fucking movie from like beforehand was remade, right? Like The Blob, etc. Kind of like nowadays, right? Like there's so many remakes and whatever. It's the same, but it's like always it goes in cycles, and then you have people that only know the remake or whatever. And I feel so bad for people that grew up with these garbage tier shit Star Wars movies, for example. Like people talked about it earlier in a chat how Star Wars is basically fucked, right? These last movies. I was like, oh wow, what a shame that it didn't make any movies after the prequels. Anyway, um, it's just kind of funny to imagine that there's a bunch of people that will never. Oh, it's actually kind of sad. If I see that modern Star Trek, I I feel so bad for people that only know that shit. Because that is just disgustingly bad. Like even that fucking they're all praising Strange New Worlds or whatever. I watched it a few times, but not really. I had like most of the time I had the sound off or whatever. I was just watching like a minute or something when I stepped around, and it's garbage. I hate how it's shot. Uh, for some reason they cast someone for Uhura that doesn't even look like her. It's just always sits there like, It's like, I don't know, man. I don't like it at all. And Pike is the only one who pretends to be like a Kirk type or whatever. And just looking like you're a real captain doesn't make you a captain. I'm just saying, like that weirdo. Who was it? Holly Hunter? Was it Holly Hunter? I don't know. Not Holly Hunter. Wait, who was that weirdo in? Was it Madeline? No, wait. Who the fuck was it? The Star Trek Academy that already got fucking cancelled. And this person here was also, she said something super racist in the video. And she was like, oh, Star Trek wasn't this a bit diverse, blah, 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 blah. She's actually one of the better actors in the thing because she's kind of funny the way that she delivers stuff. Oh god, Kurtzman. I wish Kurtzman would never have touched any of that franchise. Yeah, it was Holly Hunter. A fucking weirdo sits there on the wait. Sits on the fucking chairs without shoes. Wait, does she have shoes on now? What was the thing? Didn't she? Okay, it's just she sits like an idiot. Okay. Like imagine seeing this as a captain. Fucking Picardo, dude. He's sold out. I thought he was overrated anyway, a little bit. Like he had his moments as a doctor. He was pretty good at it. But he's like he got like too big for his own pants. I think his ego is a little bit. Remember when he was the cowboy in Inner Space? Yeah, I remember that when I saw that movie a bunch of years later again. Yeah, he's like nowadays he's going like, you're all just racist and you suck. It's a good way to get the fans on your side. Little hint, Mr. Picardo. Voyager wasn't complete trash yet. the current show that you were in was fucking trash. It is fucking trash. I would never understand these dude. They literally only by the grace of the fans are they even employed, right? And then these people are all ultra woke. Or most of them. I like the Denise Crosby, for example, from the Star Trek cast, because she's one of the rare kind of Star Trek person that I followed back then on Twitter, where she was actually talking about gigs that she was doing, like appearances and whatever the fuck, right? And everyone else almost, Tim Russ especially, oh my god, that guy is absolutely oof. So basically, I followed a bunch of Star Trek actors on my old Twitter account, and I can't even describe how bad it was, guys. Like every single one was like completely deranged with Trump hate and whatever the fuck. I only noticed that, of course, in like 2016, 2015, 2016, when they all went off the rails. Even Walter Koenig, they got on their side, which I find really sad. Because he was one of the only ones who held out for a while. It was like normal with fans and stuff. And then even he was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I guess he felt like he needed to or whatever. I'm sorry, but it's not stunning and brave or whatever. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, Tim Russ, holy shit. It's so funny to me that he played Tuvok on, and by the way, I never understood the, like all the Vulcan actors, they always, oh, I have such a control of my emotions, blah blah blah, and 90% of the time they lose them, they lose that fucking control in the shows, right? But it's very hilarious that the guy who plays the logical Vulcan was like the most deranged of the of the actors on Twitter. Like, I was like, oh my god. It's like if I was playing an intellectual, guys. Huh? Are you stupid? Yes. Shut up. But yeah, to me it was very funny because, or not really funny. I basically was reading on it. I used that old Twitter account for a while still, and I was reading some of that stuff, and I was just like, this guy is fucking done, bro. The amount of shit that the guy posted, it's basically like following CNN or something. Like every fucking, he reposted everything, even if it was completely debunked already, I don't know, I get tired of actors, especially in politics. Like, who told them that anyone cares what they think about anything? It's like these fucking, I made a comparison sometimes in the past. It's like if you have a Miss America or some shit, or Miss whatever the fuck. Miss, what is that city in fucking Puxatony? What's the city again in oh god. Isn't it Puxatony Phil or something? Groundhog Day, right? I think it's Puxatony, right? Punxsutawney. Punxsutawney. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah. Let's just imagine they have a beauty pageant there, and then some absolute bimbo goes like, "Oh yes, I would like world peace, and first I would give everyone money." That's exactly what I always think when I see like political opinions of people that basically work in a field where if you don't toe that line, you get cancelled anyway, right? Like who hires someone who's conservative? Like all the actors like Gary Sinise, Clint Eastwood, fucking Vince Vaughn or whatever. Who else? The Gigolo guy. What's his name again? You know what I mean. The little dude. Yeah, basically almost everyone. I mean, a lot of them don't even talk about politics. Kurt Russell is a conservative, also, by the way. But yeah, you can count them on a hand, right? Like, right. And Angelina Jolie's dad also. What's his name again? Shit, I forgot. Don't know. Voight. Yeah, John Voight. Yeah, basically all of these people, the Quates, or at least one of them, you know, a lot of actors are actually conservative, or they're not like complete lunatics, and they just keep that to themselves. They don't even talk about it most of the time because they know exactly they would get cancelled by their peers, right? That's why it's so ridiculous that some people go like complete apeshit. Because what do they really risk, huh? Like, if you're too political, you don't get work in Hollywood anyway, right? But yeah, I just like it when actors just shut their fucking mouth about most things, because they don't really have any clue. Like most they usually do is just parrot shit that they saw on the news or whatever, or like completely into the extremist uh yeah, a complete deranged leftoids, you know. It's always nice when people are like either a little bit measured or even-handed, or they don't even tell you what they think. Because most of the time, it's just, you know, you're like, oh yeah, cool. So I care now what Robert De Niro thinks, huh? He probably has a bunch of skeletons in his closets. The way he acts, right? There's a lot of rumors about him. It's like I remember Trump called him punchy once. And the funny part about Trump, you might hate him or not. Um, he was always in these circles of these Hollywood weirdos and so on. And he has the added benefit that because of his brother, because his brother was an alcoholic, he never drank, you know. So he was sober at these fucking socialite parties, right? Where they he talked about everyone, or he could just observe how people acted and stuff. So you can bet your ass on it that a guy has a lot of tea on a lot of uh, prominent people. That's also why they hate him so much, because they know exactly this guy knows that I'm a fraud. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure the punchy comment is not just an offhand thing with De Niro. You know, like I would not be so surprised if the guy wasn't like getting physical with people sometimes, or like had some, some temper problems maybe. I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised at all. Or maybe it was because he wanted to fight him or whatever. I don't know. But there's always a little bit of truth to the shit that comes out because of that stuff, you know, because of those rivalries. It's kind of one of those things also, you know, would you actually want to know all that stuff? Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of what goes on in Hollywood, we don't even want to know, right? Like in general in the world. I was thinking about it sometimes. Would you actually want to know all the truth about everything? I think you would fucking explode, right? like imagine you would know all the fucking psyops or the bullshit that the state did or whatever. Imagine you would know the truth about everything. First off, nobody would let you live with that, and second, I don't think we could take it. Just think about it. You're the only person that goes like, oof, I know everything now. That would be such a... And you can't tell anyone probably. Like Cassandra or something, huh? That would be so bad, imagine. That would be like the... That would probably be the worst curse for someone who wants to be informed and stuff, right? Like we are always curious about stuff that we don't know, right? Like that is one of the biggest strengths and one of the biggest weaknesses of humanity, I would say. That we are very we are very curious, right? But I was really thinking sometimes, do I really want to know the truth? Do I really want to know it all? You can't take the truth. Oh, that movie was on TV. I actually again. What's it called? Fuck. I hate that every movie is called differently in Germany than it is in English. Eine Frage der Ehre in German, and that's a question of honor. What is it called in English? A Few Good Men. There we go. That was on TV again yesterday. Yesterday or the day before yesterday, but I didn't rewatch it. He goes like, "You can't handle the truth." But yeah, I really wonder, could we handle the truth? Do we actually want to know all the shit that goes on? By the way, I saw this. I reposted it on Twitter also. Some dude, some Chinese guy or whatever. He was talking at a WEF dinner about using Lone Star ticks to make people not be able to eat meat anymore. They literally fucking planned that shit. That is why I think that stuff was released on purpose. They engineered it so that people get it now. It's fucking diabolical. Bill Gates is a fucking devil, dude. The stuff that guy does with his fucking modified mosquitoes and whatever the fuck, going into Africa and just testing like fucking vaccines on people. Like, it's just ridiculous. And how did he get his start? Yeah, because of his startup, right? Yeah. Did you know that he fucking stole? I'm pretty sure he stole the first version of Windows. It was like some... Not really stole it, but there was like a lot of... Wait a sec. Let me check. There was something that he did that was very Legally and technically, the answer is no. By Gates and Microsoft faced accusation of copying ideas. Their actions were largely based on legal acquisitions, licensing agreements, and industry-wide inspiration. The most frequent accusation involves MS-DOS, which Windows was originally built upon. QDOS, quick and dirty operating system. The CP/M controversy. QDOS was heavily inspired by an earlier operating system called CP/M, created by Gary Kildall and of Digital Research. Kildall believed Microsoft had copied his work, but software copyright laws at the time were swampy, and he chose not to sue IBM directly. After they agreed to also offer CP/M on their PCs. Later forensic analysis of the code found that while MS-DOS mimicked CP/M's function and feel, the actual source code was not a direct copy. But that doesn't mean much. Microsoft would sue the shit out of you if you just copied their operating system. Yeah, that guy was always a piece of shit, I think. Yeah, recently stuff also came out about him, how he asked Epstein how he could give fucking STD medicine to his wife. Because he had an STD and didn't want to tell her. And I wonder where he got that STD from. Oof. He totally didn't do any trips to that nice island, right? Maybe it was hookers. Yeah, very sketchy guy. Microsoft and Nvidia and a bunch of other companies, they did such underhanded, dirty tricks to kill the freaking the other companies that they were competing against, right? Intel, fucking Intel versus AMD, dude. Intel literally had deals with retailers that if they would build AMD systems, they would lose like the access to the Intel stuff or whatever, right? Very fucked up stuff. That's always a thing. Like a lot of places never offered AMD chips because they were like, oh, if you do this, then I'm afraid we can't give you any chips anymore, or not our best chips. How about you don't do that? Like, that's so much. Oh my god. Yeah, like I said, if we knew all these things, that everything that went on behind the scenes, right? If you knew everything about every acquisition and every business deal and whatever the fuck, I don't know if you could take it. Or every fucking conspiracy theory, right? Who killed JFK? What is it with these AN files? You know, who were the assassins, the wannabe assassins of Trump, etc., etc. What's going on January 6th? Why were there embedded people into the crowd, and why did that one guy not get charged, even though that Ray Epps guy, even though he was fucking everywhere? I was like, hey guys, you have to do this. What is up with that Fuentes guy that never got charged for him being like there and being like, you have to do blah 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 blah. And what's going on with Tucker Carlson? Is he like completely weird now? He has like CIA connections anyway through his family. And I was like dumb enough to be like, oh, he's probably not compromised at all, and now he's completely off the rocks again, like Candace Owens and other people. Like who the fuck watches these people anyway? Like I feel like 90% of the fucking opposition or the conservatives is like astroturfed, you know. I think that's the same thing here with the AFD also and other stuff. Like you literally don't even have. Okay, so the AFD here is basically the only party that you can vote for if you wanna force the others to do some changes, right? But they will never get allowed to have power, and nobody knows if they could actually do anything good. You know, the only reason why they're blowing up is because people have no other way to show it to the establishment, right? And it was the same kind of also with Trump, right? So is he actually opposition, or is the AfD opposition, or are they all just controlled opposition, right? Because as soon as Trump gets out of office, want to guess 3 times what the Democrats are gonna do? They're gonna fucking swing back twice as hard again. They're gonna change all the stuff that he changed. They're gonna do executive orders, and they're gonna reverse everything that he did immediately. So did he actually help anything, or did he make it worse in here? Who knows? It's just there's some megalomaniac shit going on where the elite doesn't actually want you to have an alternative. They don't want you to be able to influence anything. They will accept short-time losses in quotation marks to then bite back 5 times harder, you know, next time. Like, makes you really think if anything is actually genuine, right? And like I said, a lot of these, especially right-wing grifters, you kind of wonder who the fuck set these people even up, you know? They often come out of nowhere. Candace Owens famously wanted to create an app back in the day that was to dox all the conservatives that were pissing her off or something. So she's super conservative, huh? Yeah, sure. Nowadays she's completely crazy with like stuff that she talks about. Went like on a tangent with Kanye, I guess. For her, everything is Zionist stuff or whatever. I don't even get it. It's literally the shit that makes people stop paying attention. Also, if you realize that your side is absolutely ridiculous, like no matter if it's left or right, you just get very disinterested, I guess, in what's going on. That's exactly what they want. They want people to be malleable, divided, and disinterested. They don't want you to be like an actual threat to their control, right? But yeah, like I said, wouldn't it be great if we knew everything at some point? But I'm not sure if anyone could take that, you know. Like, sometimes the answer to a question is something you don't even want to know. Because what if your worst fears are true or whatever? Or what if, like I said, what if you knew everything and you just can't tell it to anyone? And everyone thinks you're crazy, but you actually know what's going on. That would be crazy, huh? Cassandra situation, huh? Speaking of Cassandra, wasn't she also in Troy in that movie? Yeah, I think so. Right? Oh wait, no. Oh, was it? No, wait, was it? I saw like a movie ages ago where Cassandra was in. Was it about Pompeii or something? I think so. was that? No, wait, that was also in. No, wait, it wasn't Troy. Sorry, guys. It was some. Ah, damn it. I saw a movie where she was in. It was actually pretty heartbreaking because it was literally the story about her warning. Nobody listened. Yeah, it was Troy actually. What? Was it Troy Falls City? I don't know. But yeah, I don't think it was in. No, it wasn't in the Troy movie, but it was in. I saw a similar movie ages ago. I featured her. And nobody listened. Nobody fucking listened. Yeah, you don't want to be a Cassandra though. That's the thing that they do though. As soon as people get too close to the truth, they just either discredit them by calling them conspiracy theorists, or they just use like strategies that probably the DDR did, or the Democratic Republic did, which is called Zersetzung, which means you discredit someone, you make him a pariah, you basically destroy their life, make them fear everything, because they think you're watching every move that they do, which you do. It's like that nice thing, right, where these state actors know exactly what they're doing. These spooks and everything. You don't even need to be a spook. There's probably NGOs nowadays that do that work. I wouldn't be surprised if countries had like NGOs nowadays that just they just tell them, hey, this guy's a bit stupid. Let's make him suffer. We can have him snoop around, or her. And then oh, suddenly it turns out that you didn't pay a movie ticket in 1993. You forgot. Or whatever the fuck. Ah, yeah. Like I said, I don't know if I would take that offer. If someone said you can know everything, you can know absolutely everything. Everything that went on ever. You can know who killed JFK. You can know everything about COVID, every little detail. I mean, I guess we got a lot of... That's a fucked up thing. We found out Fauci and a bunch of other people, they were involved in the development of that shit, okay? Found out so much stuff about that stuff. And yet nobody went to jail over it. And then they did that shit that absolutely human rights defying stuff that they did, you know, where people died alone in hospitals because they were like, no, you can't see them, it's too dangerous. I still think, and I don't think I'm wrong about that, I had a bunch of people in the family die over the last fucking 5-6 years. Actually too many. I'm fairly sure that had to do with COVID also. Like some of them literally died probably because nobody saw them anymore. Because otherwise you would have noticed that the decline was happening or whatever, you know. Then someone had a brain thing, brain cancer or whatever. But nowadays they say, oh, the vax might give you turbo cancer, and other people say, no, turbo cancer is a thing. Yeah, you know. It's just I would say that isolation shit where you couldn't see anyone probably harmed more people than it helped. The most hypocritical shit there also again, where the elite. Remember how Cuomo was just out and about, while he told everyone else to stay indoors and not do anything. I was claiming he was sick with COVID, and then he traveled through the whole thing to his other house or some shit. Then he was freaking out at a biker that came past and was like, "Hey, aren't you sick?" They actually had video of that. And then that Levine person that brought her mother out of the nursing home right before all the shit happened. As the health person, right? Totally not suspicious, man. Just look the other way. Oh, look, the lips are being stupid. I think a lot of what's going on is just distraction. Like we're supposed to be. They want to fracture our attention, you know. There's always too much shit going on at any given time. It would be kind of funny if one of these AI things would like sift through all the news they can find or anything, and it would discover a bunch of fucking stuff that they don't want you to know, right? Like imagine that. Imagine an AI just sees all the bullshit that's going on and goes absolutely bonkers and fucking. That would be so funny, actually. There might be a scenario like we have in media, right, where an AI goes ape shit on humanity then because it goes like, you're all liars. This is wrong. This is wrong. The thing is also though, imagine you would be in the position of the state, right? Imagine, let's say there's something that's, if you tell it to your population, they would panic. You would also lie, right? But these people, they justify all lies and deception and trickery and whatever the fuck and outright fraud by, oh no, the people can't handle it. So maybe we should be able to get all the truth, right? I was saying, I'm just saying it. The shit that you would know, then it might be too much for a single person, you know. Maybe it should like be. Let's say you have like 10 people and everyone gets like a sliver. And then they talk to each other and go like, oh no, wait. That would actually be worse too, right? Because if they would combine and would like piece it together, they would probably also be like, what the fuck? I didn't know this. Oh, maybe I underestimate our resilience, but I'm just saying, if you knew everything that's going on, every single dark secret, like I know sometimes when I watch like YouTube videos or something and it's like about a topic that is very uncomfortable, like shit can make you kind of, I don't know. Is apoplectic the right word? Apoplectic. Oh, that's no wait. That's just getting angry. No. Apathetic? Nah. It's like sometimes you listen to some YouTube video and then I had it recently more like of the ick variety with like that Hamley guy where he talks very proudly how he shat in a Walmart, and I'm just like, holy shit. I was eating also very closely to that story, and I was like, fuck's sake. I was actually thinking if I was gonna get sick or not, because I have too much imagination. I could see it in front of my mind's eye, you know. I was walking down the aisle and shit is running down his leg and whatever. Like how? Why would you tell someone that even? You know, that's just stuff. I wonder how terrible it would be to know all the secrets. If it would literally break your brain or your conscience or make you turn you into like a potato. Because it's one thing to just have like theories or whatever, but it's another thing to actually know, right? If you actually know what's going on, 100%, and you know exactly it's true, and you can't do anything about it, and everyone who you talk to won't believe you, maybe because it's too far out, you know. Like, oof, I don't know, man. It's just a nice thought experience because we will never be in the position that we know everything, right? It would be kind of interesting, but I would say it's probably like almost an Eldritch thing, right? It's kind of like when in H.P. Lovecraft stories, you know, the people always freak out just because they realize what's going on, like a fraction of it, or they see some old one or some shit, right? That drives them insane, and it's kind of an interesting question. But what would happen if you would know too much? What would happen with your brain? Would you get like a metaphorical, you know? I don't know, man. It's just I think I'm thinking too much about shit that I shouldn't think about. And yeah, like I said, I would be kind of interested in knowing some truth, I guess. Not sure if I want everything. Maybe if I had like a way to. If I knew exactly, I could just deal with it, you know. Because it would be kind of spooky if you find out some stuff that drives you so over the edge that you absolutely crack, you know. I think most people are kind of afraid to lose their mind, right? So one of those things where you think about it sometimes, like for example with Alzheimer's, right? What happens if I get dementia and I don't remember anything? Like personally, I'm overstressing my brain, for example, because I'm constantly have shit on. I constantly have the TV on. I constantly have the PC on. I watch too much. I use different languages. Blah 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 blah. You know. I think I'm doing too much with my head, which is not good for my overall psyche or situation. You know. I think I should really take some time off also from like the constant the constant never-ending stream of information that goes through, and yeah. Like I wonder if that makes you more prone to like Alzheimer's shit like that, or I don't know. But I know that I never sleep enough, and I have too much input. Which might also be a self-preserving thing, because doing that makes me focus less on my shitty situation that I'm in, in life. We all want to be distracted sometimes, right? I really notice sometimes, so like it's like simple things. Just when I go to the other room and there's nothing running, right? And just having like a minute or two a day sometimes to just absolutely turn your brain off, nothing. It's sometimes so nice. So I guess that's what they call meditation, also, huh? Clearing your mind out. Yeah, it's actually nice. It's like taking a vacation from your normal frame of reference or whatever. Why is Homer Simpson in this game? I haven't watched The Simpsons in ages. I stopped watching like around 2016, 2018 or something when it got really stupid. Oh, or maybe before that even. Like they just started having these every episode was like a weird ass guest star or some character that you never saw again. And I feel like the writing fell off a cliff, to be honest. What I find really obnoxious also is, did you ever notice that like 90% of the stories seem to always revolve around Homer and Marge getting like to an argument, and then they're like, "Oh no, but I still love you." Blah blah blah. It's always the same fucking story. They even had that in. Did they have that in the movie too? I forgot. But I can't count how many times they did the whole, "Oh no, Marge doesn't love me anymore. That's the only person that I like." And then they fall in love again and shit like that. It's like always the same bullshit. It really speaks of um, the laziness of the writing, right? Man, that's the only thing that they do. Oh yeah, oh, the Simpsons are leaving the town. Then they come back again. And did that also 5 times, and that was also part of the movie. I really do like The Simpsons, but more the old episode. There was some really good stuff in there. I grew up with them. I watched them first thing when they released in 1989, and they ran here on one of the channels. The Simpsons and the Next Generation were both running here on the ZDF back in the day, when it wasn't a complete propaganda hive of villainy yet. That was good times. I was like 10. I remember when I first saw an episode with freaking with Lieutenant Remick or whatever, and the aliens that were in the necks of people, right? I went into their spine. That was fucking creepy, that episode. Then they sent a signal at the end of it. That was so creepy. I remember that. Watched that with a family member. We were both like, ugh. Especially when they ate those. When Riker had to eat the worms, right? Yeah, John Frakes also went like weird, I think. A little bit. He also did some criticism of the fandom or whatever. Like, I always like when people that play in series that are only. I mean, I guess he made a comparison how people didn't like the cast of the Next Generation back in the day. I never had that issue because that was the first Star Trek that I watched. Not sure if I saw any TOS before that, but a channel here also adds the TOS episodes, so I watched both. But yeah, he was comparing it to how everyone hated the new crew back in the day. That is absolutely not comparable, I would say. Because even if it was a drastic change and people were like super angry about it back in the day, TNG came into its own and spawned DS9 and Voyager also. You know. And I would say everyone likes TNG nowadays. Everyone. And he gotta be honest that the first season was fucking weird in some places, right? But yeah, he tried to equate the people not liking Starfleet Academy or something else. It was maybe Picard. I forgot. He tried to equate that basically, like it's the same thing. I'd say that's not true at all. I hate always looking when you have an atomic explosion. Yeah, to me it's just a bit of a letdown when I see these Star Trek actors that I liked be complete shitheads to half the population. Because the only reason why anyone talks about them still is because we like those franchises. We like those characters. And they're kind of shitting on their fan base then. And they pretend like modern Star Trek has anything to do with what they did. Like, I do not see any of that shit like Star Trek Discovery or anything. I don't see any of that aging as well as anything that was made before 2000. I think it's ridiculous. It's not even close. They have reruns here of DS9, Voyager, and they used to do TNG also recently. And I can just always, I just always think, holy shit, is this good television? Like they actually had writing, not just lens flares and shit. They had good writing, man. Like a lot of these episodes are like so good, dude. And I go like, yeah, that's never gonna come back, you know? Because people can't write anymore nowadays. Just lazy shit nowadays. Guys, I might have to call it. I'm freezing and my head wants to explode. Icky bugs. Yeah, aren't the cacti the things that come after us at night? Pretty sure, right? Yep. Anyway, what was he yapping about? Yeah, nothing important. It's Star Trek actors being weird. That's probably also my problem. I talked too much about politics so that people don't want to watch me either. Because everyone gets annoyed with politics, I guess. Yeah, I still don't know if I would take the deal. If someone offered me, do you want to know everything? I would take it if it means wisdom. Like if I knew all languages or some shit. But even that would be a high burden, right? Whee! So yeah, my keyboard works again, by the way. I think I'm gonna call it, guys. Might be back tonight. Anyway, this keyboard here that I spilled some ice on recently, and I washed it completely with the detergent even, and I put it on the heater, and this thing works perfectly again. I would never have guessed that it would recover like that. I had like in my mind, I was thinking the chances maybe 10 to 30%. So to me, it's astounding that it actually sorted itself out again. But yeah, I also had it on the heater for. I watched it on Thursday, I think. Wednesday or Thursday, right? I had it on the heater until yesterday morning. Wait, yesterday afternoon. Or was it evening? I think it was evening already. So basically, it was on the heater for at least 50 hours, maybe more, 56 hours, something like that. So I took my sweet time because the first time that I tried it, it was apparently still wet. But yeah, I'm super glad that it works again because losing that thing would have pissed me off because I have the keyboard since probably 2000. 2004, 2008, I don't know. It's super old. It's older than a lot of people on Twitch. Maybe I can find the receipt still somewhere or something. It's a Harma keyboard. Keyboard by Harma. I was looking whether you can buy it still, and they only have like different slimline keyboards. They're also like cut down like crazy. They don't even have a numpad anymore and stuff. I really like numpads as well. Yeah, I kind of stopped using that keyboard because I was getting annoyed that it was like it wasn't good for gaming and stuff, and also it had like this annoying key hub and stuff. But it's good enough for the Linux PC for playing Minecraft and so on. I was annoyed though that it was not a full-size keyboard, you know, because of the. I kind of hate it when keyboards have function keys and you have to to do stuff, you have to use like function keys over and over, so it's pretty obnoxious. No! We fly. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. I'm fucking tired. Slept so little again. Flew for 7. I'm still in the air, dude. That's because I touched something. Should we land on the airport? It's like a really violent turbulence here usually. I think they put it here to prevent people from flying. Wait for it. Oh wait, it's fine. Guys, I gotta go. Thanks for hanging out. My brain is killing me. Thanks for watching, guys. See you tomorrow or tonight. Bye-bye.